All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sorry I have not been posting lately. I've been traveling like crazy and have actually like zero time. I haven't even been trading at all. But I be seeing your guys' comments in the Discord, and I will get to October 7th and October 8th this weekend. However, I will rip this October 9th recap for you guys today. As you guys can see, I'm in California at my house. I got here on Tuesday. Instantly had to go to a different city and say hello to my family. And then yesterday I was super busy as well. So I've literally had no time to either trade or do a market recap. But here I am. I'd be seeing your guys' text. I screenshotted all of them in the Discord. So I will go over everything for you guys. So regarding October 9th, coming into this morning, we had a 4-hour accumulation level right here. Obviously, we were still inside this 4-hour gap. But I did want to see some manipulation down into this 4-hour fair value gap right here before looking to long, right? So obviously I was super bullish on the day. Just look at the freaking chart, right? So I did want to see some sort of manipulation at market open. Obviously I didn't trade today. This is all just hindsight, but we did get that manipulation, right? We have our accumulation zone, market open. We got that manipulation into the 4-hour for value gap. And then what do we end up getting from there? Well, we ended up getting a resweep of, here, let me just do this. I'll go over this first trade first. We ended up getting a resweep of these internal lows right here. I don't know if an SMT was created. No, it looks like ES did end up sweeping out these internal lows as well, right? This is at 942, 945, 942. Yeah. So there was no internal SMT. However, we did get a clean 3-minute inversion right here. But just look at this fucking trade, right? This is negative ass RR. I look to see if there was a 30-second at all, because this does look pretty clean. And I seen someone else on Instagram take I think it was like a 15 fucking second inversion. I would never scale down to the 15-second. I barely even like taking 30s. But there was nothing, right? There was also not even a 1 minute. You could have took just this 1 minute, but we were inside of the 3-minute as well. So yeah, this trade ended up playing out towards the 5-minute, but at this point in time, I would like to see this 5-minute as our condition, right? So if we went ahead and inverse this 5-minute gap, here it is right here, then I would be looking for like, okay, we're probably going to go long on the day. We can enter off the 5-minute inversion instead of trying to force like a 3-minute or 15-second or 30-second, whatever the fucking case may be, right? We can inverse this 5-minute. If you feel comfortable with inversing this 5-minute, you can go ahead and enter off that, stop somewhere in this general area right here, or you can just wait for a bullish 5-minute for value gap to open up, right? We come back, tap into it like something like this. All right, say we inverse this, we come back down, and then we can go higher. So there was two forms of scenarios right there. That's why I like to set conditions, and I am going to make a conditions video revised coming up within the next couple of days. It'll probably be, I'll probably make it after this video, honestly. But that's why this 5-minute was going to be my condition. If we respected it and continued lower, I'm like, okay, we have these internal lows right here. We also have this unfilled 1-hour gap. And ES also had draws lower as well, which was going to be this unfilled gap right here, right? And I'm sure there is like a 15-minute inside there. Yeah, there's a 15-minute right down here. So ES had a reason to go lower. So did NASDAQ. NASDAQ had this hourly unfilled fair value gap right here. Let me see where the sessions were. I didn't get a chance to see. So it looks like, okay, yeah, we also had a double session SMT. So this was a good or not this mech, but this continuation model right here was a good continuation model down towards these unfilled 1-hour gaps. So what ended up happening here, I think there was a 2-minute, maybe a 3-minute. No, it was a 2-minute. It was the highest time frame leg. So here's our 2-minute version right here. And this ended up getting chopped around a little bit. So typically with continuation models, I'll have my stop loss at the wick inside of the fair value gap, because that high should be protected, especially if we're going short. However, that's a 42-point stop loss, and if I'm risking 1 to 2 minis, that's just way too much money. So if anything, you could either put it at the top of this body right here or at CE of this wick. I would have felt a lot more comfortable putting it at CE of this wick, because I feel like if we were just to come up all the way up here, we would eventually just come and wick out that as well, right? But there's also that chance if we put it at the body, that I've seen this before, where we can just get wicked out by fucking pubic hair, and then we can go back down towards this unfilled hourly. So at this point, I would set it to like CE of this wick, And yeah, it's still a 35-point stop loss, but you still get that 1-to-1, right? So we enter off this 2-minute inversion right here with this candle. Depending on if you guys had your break even point at these lows or not, you would have got stopped out at break even. However, I probably would have just let it ride. I know it's probably easy to say in hindsight, but it's only a 20 point fucking, it's not even a like a 0.8 or 0.7. If I'm aiming for a 1-to-1 RR, my break even points are typically around like a 0.8 or 0.7. This is what, a 0.4, 0.58. So maybe it's, I know it's easy to say in hindsight, oh no, I wouldn't, and I would have let it run, but who knows what I would have done in real time, right? So if you did set your break even point to right here, that's perfectly fine. You would have just got stopped out at break even. This trade ended up taking a fucking billion light years anyway to hit take profit. It did end up hitting take profit. It wasn't a bad setup at all. Honestly, I would rate it literally an A+ setup, just a solid continuation model. We had these session highs, and along with these market open highs, right? We ended up sweeping out these market. Give me 1 second. Where's market open? Like all these accumulations on high. Yeah. So we had essentially a triple SMT, 5-minute continuation down. I like this trade honestly a lot better than trying to force this mech back up, because if you were waiting for this 3-minute, well, it would have already hit take profit, or if you just entered, you would have got negative RR. If you want a better RR, you would have had to enter off like a 30-second or 15-second, and that is just insane. So this trade ended up hitting along with the other one. I do like that trade a lot more. I'd rate that mech maybe, if you're entering off the 3-minute, probably like a B+. But this continuation model down was definitely like an A+ setup. Even though it took a million candles, we didn't know it was going to take a million candles, right? The draw on liquidity was still correct. We got a V-shaped recovery out the 5-minute. We had all these SMTs, so that was a super valid setup. And then there was this one other mech I want to go over. We're still inside of this 4-hour, right? So we're still inside of this 4-hour gap. We ended up coming down and tapping into this hourly gap as well, still respecting it. And then even though we inversed this 15-minute gap right here, the draw was just towards this 5-minute gap right here in these 5-minute lows. So we ended up taking out these 5-minute intermediate lows along with retapping into that 5-minute fair value gap. And then from here, Jesus Christ, I'm like, my mouse is like on the fucking bar I'm on right now. I'll show you guys my setup in a second. But we ended up creating an unfilled 5-minute right here. I don't think there was an unfilled 15-minute. No, there was right here. I guess we could have took it to both. So if you guys went in for multiple contracts right here, we had a 1-minute inversion, I believe, not a 2-minute. Yeah, it was just 1-minute inversion right here. Enter off the 1-minute inversion. You could have either just went a 1-to-1 up and towards these equal highs, which was a unfilled 5-minute gap, or if you went in for multiple cons, go take out half your position right here along with moving your stops to break even, and then you could have extended this John all the way up and towards the unfilled 15-minute gap that ended up getting formed. And as you guys can see, bang time. So this trade happened at 10:46. I really like it. I would probably rate this like an A-, just because we did inverse that 15-minute gap, and that would have gave me just a little bit less conviction. However, I would still like this overall. Market conditions have been very, very fucking tough lately. I have been taking A, very minimal trades, and B, very minimal wins. So my win percentage over the past, like, I would say like 3 weeks is probably like a 60%, 65%, which is not that good, honestly. Like, I'm pretty much been a break-even trader for the past like 3 weeks. So it is what it is. These market conditions are very, very tough. I didn't trade Wednesday, and I did trade Tuesday on my flight over here. I did take a loss on the airplane. I bought the Wi-Fi on the airplane just to take a fucking loss. Imagine that. Imagine fucking that. So that's how my week has been going. So I haven't really been worried about trading. I do want, it's like, bro, look at the news. Like, all this is a whole bunch of bullshit. Like, we're having red folder at 11. Why is red folder at 11, right? There's like no news going on. It's all just the government shut down and we're just chopping, right? So market conditions have been very, very fucking tough lately. So I do want you guys to just like take a deep breath. If you guys don't see an A++ setup, just relax, all right? The market will eventually get better, but it's probably going to take a couple more weeks. So stop forcing trades. I've learned the hard way. I took I didn't take a dumbass trade, but I kind of over risked on one trade. As you guys see, I just showed you on my top step on Tuesday on the way over here. My Wi-Fi glitched on the plane, and I went in for one call on, and I didn't think I entered, so I went in for another. And instead of exiting, I let it ride, and it ended up losing. So I ended up losing double the amount of money. So that is what ended up happening to me. It is what it is, right? Shit happens, but you just got to take it on the chin. I know market conditions have been very, very tough, but they will eventually get better. So if you guys find yourself losing a lot, just relax, just take a deep breath. Your analysis is probably correct, right? We see the A plus setups, we know what we're looking for on a day-to-day basis. However, the market conditions right now are just fucked. So we just have to deal with it. Nothing we can do about it, but we also got to be very cautious of what we set up or what we enter off of, right? So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Like I said, I will do Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll probably drop that video like Sunday, if I'm being completely honest. But tomorrow, regarding Friday, I will rip a trade recap. I'm going to Reno, so again, I'm traveling, but I will bring my laptop with me. And when we get up there, these recaps only take me about 10-15 minutes anyway, so I will rip one for you guys as well. Keep adding me in the Discord, or if you guys need, just DM me on TikTok, DM me on Instagram. I don't mind, okay? I'd rather you guys reach out so I can help you guys than you guys just feel like you're bothering me or whatever the case may be, okay? So I hope this video helped you guys out. Like I said, be very patient when you guys enter. These market conditions right now are very, very fucked. So hope you guys the best, and I will catch y'all boys tomorrow.